Summary steps for installation: unpack and lay out parts, install tray, mount shaft on mixer motor and install on tank, install the switch enclosure, mount fittings on pump and connect to suction hose, connect power cable and wires to mixer motor, connect power cable and wires to pump motor, install circulation hose to pump and into tank, connect pump discharge hose from pump to tanks, install filter inside tank, connect power to switch enclosure and test motor rotation, fill tank with water and test operation. Now you are ready to start mixing fertilizer. Install the tray and use the stainless steel fasteners that are included. Tighten all bolts very tight and well. Install the mixer shaft on the motor and tighten with Allen wrench tight. Install the mixer shaft in the tank and the bushing at the tank bottom. Line up the mixer base with mark and install all the mounting bolts in the flange and tighten well. Mount the switch enclosure on the tank with the stainless steel fasteners, and tighten well. Mount the fittings on the pump using the thread sealer and thread on, but do not over-tighten, it will crack the fitting. Put thread sealer on the pump suction fitting and slide the hose in the hose fitting and attach the hose clamp to secure the hose. The pump fittings should be installed like this. The discharge line hose should point out to the tanks. Connect the motor leads, L1 to L1, L2 to L2, and L3 to L3. Then close the junction box cover. Connect the pump motor leads, L1 to L1, L2 to L2, and L3 to L3. Then close the junction box cover. Install the circulation hose to the pump discharge fitting, top connection, and run it into the tank opening. Connect the discharge hose from the pump to the tanks, using the T and tank connection valves. Use hose clamps to secure hose to fittings. Install the filter inside the tank. Screw it in the tank fitting at bottom only 3 turns. Not tight. This filter must be installed always to mix. The filter is important to prevent rocks or stones that are in fertilizer from damaging the pump. Connect the power to the switch enclosure and check the motor rotation of the mixer and the pump. If the mixer motor turns the wrong direction, you need to switch any 2 power leads of the main power and you just connected. Change L1 and L2 and then check the direction of rotation. Do this on the mixer first. Then just check the pump motor direction, which should match. Put water in the tank about half full and set the valves like this. Turn on the mixer and mix the water. Then turn on the pump and it will circulate the water as it mixes. Then to transfer the water to the tank, open the transfer valve and close the circulation valve and the water will be pumped out of the tank. Watch the water level and you must turn off the pump when it gets to the lower filter level. Do not run the pump dry for more than 1 minute. Here is how to mix urea 4600. Put 100 gallons of water in the tank and turn on the mixer and the circulation pump. Close the transfer valve on the pump and open the circulation valve. The water will be mixing. Next add 350 kilo bags of urea one at a time. Let it mix for several minutes before adding the next bag. Then let it mix for at least 10 minutes. The water will get very cold as the urea mixes and dissolves. Then transfer the mixture to the tank. Open the tank valve you want to pump the mixture to and open the transfer valve on the pump, and close the circulation valve on top of the pump. This will transfer the fertilizer to the tank. Watch the level of mixed fertilizer in the tank go down as it pumps. When the level get to the bottom of the filter, close the transfer valve and immediately turn off the pump. Now you are ready to start another mixture in the tank. Follow the same steps. If there is still unmixed fertilizer in the tank, just add more water to the tank and mix it and then pump it to the tank. The urea fertilizer mixture is a 1600 mixture. You can mix other fertilizers, but you must first test mix it in a jar to make sure it will totally dissolve. Only use fertilizer you have test mixed before you use it in the mixer.